Hello, Taurus. This reading is going to be for anybody that's Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. I decided to do a general reading for this month, so I am going to do a 3-card spread looking at your current situation, what obstacles you may be in, and what advice the cards have for you. So for Taurus's current situation, for Taurus's obstacles, and for Taurus's advice. So the card I pulled for your current situation is the 3 of Wands in reverse. Now, upright, this card is about, looking forward towards your future, looking at all that you've accomplished up until now. You can notice that you're standing on top of the mountain, and a mountain is usually a lot of that you've attained some success. Like you've climbed this mountain, you've achieved some goals, but it's upside down. So this is kind of telling me that maybe something that you've been working on has fallen through, that you've been trying really hard, but maybe you didn't get that job even though you thought that the job interview went like really well, or what you were expecting to happen with your work schedule completely is different than what you get, or you got laid off. It's kind of like you put in these roots, these 3 pegs here, these 3 wands, and they're standing into your success right here. But if you look at it just even visually upside down, it's kind of like all the roots that you've actually put into the ground and into your success and into what you've been working hard towards, it's kind of like they're falling out. It's not working as you would have hoped. It's like the seeds you've planted aren't blooming. So that's your current situation. Now, in the obstacle position is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, upright, this card is usually about, a very compassionate, but yet, a woman that is able to make decisions and has her goals be met. And she's, we call her, this is kind of like Oprah, this card, a lot, like she has a lot of creativity and ambition, and enterprise is growing. But this is reversed. And so it's another reverse card, which is telling me that even with the first 2 cards being reversed, it's saying, Taurus, that maybe right now in your creative atmosphere in your life, you are kind of stuck in your head. It's like you're not really thinking clearly. Your creative success isn't flowing as you would hope that it would. It's kind of like you're putting in all this effort and you're putting in all this work, and nothing seems to be coming to fruition as you would expect. And so with this being the obstacle, I feel like it's actually you that is the obstacle for your success right now. And because of mentioning that both these cards are in the reverse, it's like reverse cards to me are like blocks. And usually what I've noticed is they're blocks that are internal. And I feel as though you have the capacity of being this Queen of Wands, this amazing woman that is able to be in control of her emotions and the empire, and is quite abundant. And she's a pretty strong, fierce woman, and she's in control of her creative endeavors. But it's kind of like you are getting in your own way here. You are not allowing your creative genius to actually shine through. So if I look at it within regards to this first card, it's kind of like you've planted these seeds, and I feel like you think that you planted these seeds, and you're kind of sitting there and you're waiting for them to grow and you're watching them grow, but it's like you're not even really allowing them to fully bloom. It's like you're sitting and watching them. You've heard the saying, a watch pot won't boil, and it's kind of like what is happening with you right now. I feel like you need to continue to keep on allowing your creative energy to keep flowing, and keep on planting new seeds. Like, stop, putting all your eggs in one basket. Like, if you have more ideas, start working towards them. And if things have been falling through, it could be for a reason. It could be so that you are able to, refocus, redirect, and re-look at a new path for yourself. You may have be getting right now too locked up into one ideal version of things, but you have in your lifetime like a billion possible trajectories of your life. And if you're already focused on this one, potential outcome, you may not be seeing, the multitude of other outcomes that are possible. And I feel that these cards being in the reverse, it's kind of like you are getting in your own way of actually seeing the potential of other possibilities in your life. And then for the advice position, it's kind of similar to what I've already said, another reverse card. So I feel like in general, you are in your head right now, Taurus, about, your life decisions, but it seems as though it's in your creative endeavors or in your things that you're passionate about, things that, are inspired creativity. This card, though, is the Ace of Swords. And so upright, we call this card to be or not to be. It's like your word is your bond. It's like what is said goes. It's sliced, when you slice it, there's no other way to shake things up. But it's reversed again. And it's kind of like, as it being a sword, which is an air card, which talks about thoughts, ideas, communication. It's like reversed being that, it's blocked, internal blocks, and it's kind of like your thoughts, your ideas, your spoken word is being clouded right now. So my advice with this card being, the catapult here, is that you are in need of getting clear of exactly what you want to accomplish. You've been planting all these different seeds that don't seem to be going in the direction that you want. You have the potential of being the Queen of Wands, with having like a really amazing empire, but it's like with all this, energy, you are getting in your own way. You are in your head. You're not actually allowing yourself to see potential opportunities, to allow things that may be unexpected to grow. All these block cards are saying that maybe what you've been focusing on is not necessarily what you quote unquote should be focusing on, and maybe it's time to redirect, allow your ideas to come through and have a new thoughts and new perspective on where you want to go. And this looks like creatively and in your enterprise. So if I look at it as passionate, though, it could also be in a relationship. And it also could be that, you have a lot of passion and love, and you put a lot of, heart into and, fire into a relationship, and it just doesn't seem to be working. And if it's not working, maybe it's time for you to move on and kind of allow yourself to be in a potential relationship that does work. But all in all, it's saying get out of your head, and I think you need to try something different and new. So I hope this resonated with you, Taurus, and I will see you again next month. Take care.